everyone. I'm sure, like me, you must be wondering by now what on earth the ANC is up to. And for me right now, specifically our DIRCO department, not only does Rasool get kicked out of America, what's a person non grata, Trump's not taking our calls, yet we continue to forge ahead with the International Court of Justice case, costing us a further 37 million, despite the fact that we still haven't actually tabled a budget. So instead of being diplomatic, which in my opinion is Cyril's favorite word, we have gone from international relations to international disaster. And even with everything happening, because there's been more than enough for the last 2 weeks, Cyril still has the galls to stand up in front of the media and proclaim that the ANC is ongoing with its efforts to diplomatically engage with Trump. He says, because we need each other. So today I thought I want to treat you to a look under the hood. Let's really see what's happening behind the scenes of DIRCO, and maybe it'll explain why we have the chaos we have. I'm Nex. Thank you for joining me. And if you have a moment, I would love for you to subscribe and like this video. Really helps me to get my channel out there. And I have to say, this is some interesting content. So quickly, let's look at the finances of DIRCO. Because you know what they say, follow the money. So here I am. So for all the international news DIRCO is putting upon themselves, I want to show you a reconciliation of irregular expenditure for the closing of June 2024. It is sitting at 2.1 billion. That R1000 at the top of the table means you're applying 3 extra zeros, bringing this total to 2.1 billion. Irregular expenditure. Procurement by other means. This particular table becomes very confusing. We continue with our decimal format, but we're reintroduced to our R1000. What I'm about to show you is everything related to food. So be it a chef, a wait staff, decor, or purchasing of the groceries. They're all highlighted in yellow. I've put that total together at the bottom of this table. I just want to let you see how much DIRCO is spending on events and food, purchasing groceries, fruit and vegetables, and meat, 3 separate line items, in the hundreds of thousands. We have wait staff for a Columbia business unit to the total of 15,000. I'm giving this auditor the benefit of the doubt and not applying your 3 extra zeros, because otherwise this table becomes ridiculous. Wait staff, 15,500. Catering for a memorial service, 63,500. Professional chefs, 2, 6,200. Meat for state guest houses, 18,680. Groceries for state guest houses, 19,687. Professional chefs and watrons, 13,500. The venue and facilities for bricks, 59 million rand. Groceries for State Guesthouses for the function at Gallagher Convention Centre. The supplier was Gallagher Convention Centre. So Gallagher Convention Centre bought groceries for the guest houses for the function at Gallagher Convention Centre. If it makes sense to you, you let me know. But it cost us 1.3 million rand. Catering for Lanseria Airport and OR Tambo International Airport. I don't know for what event. 82.8 thousand. DIRCO services for an Argentina consultations working lunch, 3,900. Personnel for catering, 15,000. Decor catering, tents, toilets, sound system and podium. For what event? I don't know. 139,000. Decor services for political consultation at ministerial level, 3,600. That's just the decor. The catering, 10,534. There's more. Catering, 3,400. Catering, 97,000. Fruit and vegetables, 7,300. Meat, 11,000. There's more. Groceries, 62,000 rand. Meat, 51,500. Fruit and vegetables, 21,000. So you bought groceries, which is separate to meat, fruits and vegetables. Groceries is meat and vegetables. And then we catered for another memorial to the cost of 17,000 rand. There's more. You won't believe this, guys. Absolutely horrific. Venue, decor and catering, 6.5 million. Catering, 35,000. Catering, 59,000. Catering, 18,000. Catering, 23,500. Decor for a lunch hosted by Minister Pandor for Denmark cost us 11,500. Catering, 18,000. Catering, 30,000. Catering, 9,500. Guys, those numbers I just read is for events, for food, for groceries, for meat, fruits and vegetables, and decor and wait staff. Coming to a total of 8.8 million. DIRCO is living the high life. Very high life, I have to say. The problem is that if we look at their revenue and expenditure, DIRCO spends, of their 6.2 billion rand expenditure bill, 3.3 of that goes towards the cost of employees. All their other costs for goods and services is 2.7 billion. DIRCO alone is wasting 160 million rand on interest and rent on land. And they come out with a deficit for the year. So that's a minus 282 million. This is just DIRCO. Their bank draft is 995 million. Their net assets, negative, deficit, 729 million. In terms of having cash flow for operating activities, DIRCO has a deficit of 407 million. So despite all their glamming, whining and dining, spending a further 37 million rand at a court case that is about to have each of you individually sanctioned, for our president to stand up in front of the media and say that they are trying to engage with Trump and come to an economic conclusion for the betterment of both of you, because we need each other. You have one institution with R1 billion overdraft. Cash flow for operating activities sits as a negative $500 million. Zane Dangor says that audit with those decimal places is correct. And here he is wearing my country scarf around his neck, thinking that he represents my country, showing no intention or effort or willingness to cut costs for the sake of saving South Africa, for the sake of increasing our GDP rate, for the sake of decreasing our unemployment rate. So guys, that's the state of DIRCO. I hope maybe I've given you a bit of insight into why they're playing this very dangerous game and why they keep pursuing failing efforts to engage with the USA instead of putting all their effort into just maybe changing their behavior. And in this day and age, the fact that everybody can see your actions and your words do not match, and the fact that you still with pride think you can engage with the USA is horrifying, and it's embarrassing. The ANC should be hanging their heads in shame. I would. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more of these sorts of follow the money, under the cover looks at our politicians and events happening in South Africa, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate all the support and comments so far. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Over and out.